And a major move by Finland tonight. The Scandinavian country, which shares hundreds of miles of border with Russia, is seeking to join NATO. This comes despite warnings from Russia and its complicated past of neutrality since World War II. Inés De La Cuétara reports for us tonight from Helsinki.
Tonight, a major decision by one of Russia's western neighbors seeking to join the world's most powerful strategic alliance, NATO.
We are convinced that Finland will bring added value to NATO.
We would like to maximize our security in way or another while thinking membership in NATO.
After years of neutrality, Finland announcing in a statement NATO membership would strengthen Finland's security. Finland must apply for NATO membership without delay. Finland may be the world's happiest country on the surface, but deep underground, painful reminders of the past. It's a long way down, but we are heading beneath the capital city of Helsinki to visit what looks like it's right out of a Cold War spy novel. This is what's known as the underground city.
You've got this massive network of tunnels and bunkers that spreads out all across the city. It's a network that's been slowly expanding since the end of World War II, and you now have enough bunkers to house more than the city's total population.
More than 5,000 bomb shelters in Helsinki, over 50,000 in the entire country. Here, all buildings above a certain size are required to have their own bunkers.
So these are the types of beds that would be used in the event of an emergency, these bunk beds right here. You've also got the bathrooms already set up, and they've got ventilation up there.
With so much ground going unutilized, the city converting some of these shelters into spaces for everyday public use. There's an underground playground, a shelter that doubles as a hockey rink, and beyond these two sets of massive blast-proof doors.
So the first door is like a pressure door.
Even an underground swimming pool.
We are more than 55 feet below ground right now. This bunker has been repurposed into a swimming pool. You can see it's been carved out of the rock here, and it can house up to 3,800 people.
So we have 72 hours. We empty this big pool.
So you would empty out the pool. It takes 1 to 2 days to empty out the pool, and then people would sleep where the pool is.
Yeah.
And you have fresh water supplies for
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
This is what it's like being Russia's neighbor, the two countries sharing an 800-mile border and a long, complicated history. For decades, Finland had opted not to join any military alliance, an effort meant to appease Russia's security concerns. As a result, Finland had to ensure it could fend for itself.
And we have to take care of the citizens. And that's the main reason that we have this kind of system.
So it's not just the bunkers. Conscription is still mandatory for men, and the country has about 900,000 reservists.
And that's why Russian can't come here, because we are so strong here.
There's a historic sense that you should always be prepared. It might not be this generation or the next generation, but Russia is likely to attack Finland in some way.
But the very scenarios Finland has spent years preparing for now playing out in Ukraine, where some have been living underground for weeks. The invasion marking a turning point for relations between Finland and Russia.
What are Finland and Russia's relations now?
Effectively, they have never been as bad.
Public support in Finland for joining NATO skyrocketing from roughly 30% before the war to a record high of more than 70% in its aftermath.
We have a so horrible neighbor on the east side of Finland. We don't have any other option than go to NATO.
Finland's parliament will now take up the issue and hold a vote in the coming days. Neighboring Sweden is expected to follow suit. As for NATO's response,
Finland and Sweden will be warmly welcomed and expect the process to go quickly.
Finland's accession would more than double Russia's land border with NATO. It would also expand NATO's influence in the Arctic and further unify the West. NATO would also grow stronger.
NATO would now have two more old democratic countries, both with really capable militaries, so that effectively all of Northern Europe would now be one region to defend.
But there are those that are skeptical. Veronica Honkensalo is one of the few members of parliament who doesn't think Finland should join.
I'm afraid that the NATO membership will increase actually the tensions in the Baltic Sea region and also will increase the tensions in Finland, especially regarding the eastern border.
Russia responding to Finland's announcement, threatening to take retaliatory steps to stop threats to its national security. Earlier this week, Russian President Putin once again justifying the war in Ukraine by saying NATO had created an absolutely unacceptable threat to Russia.
He has for years said Finland and Sweden joining is a red line.
Finns say now is the time to act, while Putin is busy with Ukraine. There are concerns, though, about what could happen after Finland and Sweden apply, but before they formally become a part of the alliance. The two countries now trying to win over security assurances from allies, the UK already formally announcing to stand with them.
In the event of a disaster or in the event of an attack on either of us, then yes, we will come to each other's assistance, including with military assistance.
In the end, the war in Ukraine prompting Finland, even with its 50,000 shelters, to decide it can no longer go it alone, and likely giving Putin the very thing he dreaded, NATO's expansion.
The United States will defend every inch of NATO territory with the full force of American power.
We are a small nation. We need help. We need friends. NATO might be that friend that we need.
Fascinating just how prepared they are. Our thanks to Inés for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.